Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the GSMC Basketball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. As always, I'm your host, Meryl Fatemi. Getting into our next segment here, it's time to get started, and it's time to get to the other main part of this show because we have a Game 5 tonight between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. The New York Knicks, obviously led by Jalen Brunson, led by Karl-Anthony Towns, and the squad that they have brought together, the team that they brought together to beat the Boston Celtics. That's pretty much what the New York Knicks did all season long. That is what they did. That was their goal in the offseason, and they achieved it. They beat the Boston Celtics. However, what they didn't do is build a team to win the NBA championship. And why do I say that? Because they weren't expecting a team by the name of the Indiana Pacers to still be there. I think that's what it comes down to. They did not expect the level of depth, the level of pace, the level of speed, the level of transition chaos basketball, controlled chaos that the Indiana Pacers have thrown at them time and time again throughout this series. Coming back from deficits, closing out close games, the whole nine. Just playing phenomenal basketball across the board. That is the Indiana Pacers, and that is the true essence of how they've been playing all playoffs long. And they're prepared to pull the plug on the Knicks season and MSG. No doubt about it. Up 3-1 going into MSG. No Karl-Anthony Towns on the floor. Most likely no Karl-Anthony Towns on the floor for the New York Knicks. But at the end of the day, it's all about the way that the Pacers have played down the stretch here, and they deserve a lot. They deserve a lot of credit about it. The way this team has come together, especially late in these playoffs, has been just a sight to see. It's been unbelievable. It's been phenomenal to see a new, young, prospering team in the NBA, and it looks like these Indiana Pacers are going to be around for a while now. This is not going to be a one-year wonder for them. This looks like a team that will be around for a long, long time. I also just found an update on Karl-Anthony Towns. He suffered a left knee contusion in Tuesday night's Game 4. Thank you to USA Today for this update. Yeah, and I was right yesterday, by the way. He crashed knees with Aaron Nesmith, not Andrew Nemhard. But nonetheless, it just looked like Towns went down pretty hard. He was writhing in pain on the floor. He was limping the whole rest of the game, the last 5 minutes of the game after getting injured. So when you look at the grand scheme of things, it just doesn't look like the Knicks are going to have the personnel to be able to even force a Game 6, back in Indiana. It just doesn't look like it. If they do, phenomenal. I would be not only shocked, I would obviously celebrate it, but hopefully we can get the NBA Finals preview tomorrow. Hopefully we can start doing that tomorrow. Because if the Indiana Pacers can pull this off tonight, they will be heading off to face the Oklahoma City Thunder come Game 1 in OKC on 7 days from today. It is a phenomenal time to watch sports. It really is. This is what we've been waiting for 9 months. 8 months we've been waiting. The whole regular season. We've waited since June of last year when the Boston Celtics captured their 18th championship in Boston. We waited since September when the regular season started, when the preseason started, went through October when the regular season started, went through April when the playoffs started, and it is now May 29th. And we have one of two NBA Finals spots filled, and we got another team on the brink of making it back to the NBA Finals for the first time in God knows how long. I don't know when the last time the Pacers were in the finals. It was not my lifetime. It might have been when Reggie Miller was a member of the Pacers. However, neither of these two teams have ever Neither of these teams have won an NBA championship. The only team that has won it and is still in contention is technically the New York Knicks, who won it in 1971. But that was the last time. They were in the Pacers last time they were in the finals. Last finals appearance. Please, Google. But when we look at these two teams, you just got to give them credit where credit is due. The last time they were in the finals, it was 2000 when they lost to the Los Angeles Lakers. So, yeah, when you look at these two teams, when you look at the Indiana Pacers, we have to give them credit where credit is due. They're going to look to pull the plug on them. They're out for blood tonight. This is a team in the Indiana Pacers that is ready, that is boiled down to their essence, ready to go tonight to finish this series off, to finish this game off. They're ready to go, and they'll be that building tonight in MSG will be ready to go to rally behind the Knicks. But I think Tyrese Haliburton is equally ready to silence that crowd. I really think so. If the Knicks want to have any chance, let's do this first. If the Knicks want to have any chance to pull this off, it's going to come down to Jalen Brunson, plain and simple. And the way that the Pacers have been defending Jalen Brunson already, something tells me nothing's going to change. If not, it's going to get worse for Jalen Brunson in terms of his stat line. I would not be shocked if he struggled tonight and the Knicks got blown out. I really wouldn't. I said yesterday, take Thunder spread. I did, and it hit. I hope you guys listen to me. Listen to me again tonight. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you. Don't bet money on my talks. Use your own brain. Be professional. Be the whole nine. You know what I'm saying. But when we're looking at this Pacers-Knicks game tonight, I really think it could be a Pacers blowout. Take Knicks spread. Take Pacers spread. If you guys want a good bet tonight, I really think we're going to see a blowout in New York. But I think it's the end of the line for the New York Knicks. It's going to come down to Jalen Brunson. It's going to come down to the role players. Whoever did, they're probably going to plug in Mitchell Robinson at the 5 spot to start the game, and we'll see how that starts going because we know Mitchell Robinson gets into foul trouble very easily and very early on into games if he's not careful. But with that, with OG Anunoby, with Mikal Bridges, they're going to need to step up. OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges are going to need to step up to fill Karl-Anthony Towns' role in the offense. Miles McBride is going to need to step up. But outside of that, it's going to be interesting to see who else they use off their bench. DeLon Wright they'll probably use, but outside of that, I don't know who else they're going to be using. I'm not sure if they're going to go back to their 6 or 7 man rotation, but if they do, I promise you that they're going to get tired once again. And if that happens, once again, take Pacers spread because they're going to blow them out in the fourth quarter. This Pacers team is so darn good in terms of endurance. I've not seen a team with this much endurance in a long I don't think I've seen a team with this much endurance, like this well-built, this well-balanced of a team in a long the last time maybe, like, this is a crazy thing to say. I'm not trying, no way am I trying to compare these two teams. But when I see these Pacers, I see flashes of the San Antonio Spurs from the early 2010s, late 2000s, with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Theo Splitter, just a group of guys that are just ready to go. They're so well balanced, so exceptionally well coached, have so much depth. They had Kawhi Leonard back in the day. Like that is the only team I can compare to this. But even then, the Spurs of back then were so good. And maybe if the Pacers win this series, if they win this series and end up winning the finals, then maybe I can compare them more accurately to the Spurs of back in the day. But right now I just see flashes of it. I see potential, but I don't see it yet. But for now, it's all about Tyrese Haliburton. He's going to show up once again tonight. I saw Jalen Williams saying on ESPN yesterday that Tyrese Haliburton was giving him shades of Magic Johnson. Who said that first? That would be me. So I'll take that credit. I'll take that little pat on the back. I really think he really does give me flashes of Magic Johnson. Take away Magic's defense. I know Magic's had great defense, and he's a great two-way player. Do not say, I'm not saying that. I'm not. Think about the passes. Think about the way he made the guys around him better in LA. Think about the way he shot the ball. Think about the smile. Think about the swag, the clutch, the pace, the space, the speed, the agility, the finishing. Think of it. Think of everything all about it. And even if some things don't match up, throw in Tyrese Haliburton's shooting, and that should make up for it. Seriously, with all due respect, with all seriousness, throw in Tyrese Haliburton's shooting in the mix, and you basically have a next gen Magic Johnson right now, minus the defense, assists, scoring, passing, finishing, all around, leadership, all around. He checks all the boxes. And he reminds me so much of Magic Johnson from back in the day. Magic Johnson I was not in the generation that Magic Johnson played basketball, but I've heard many people talk about him, and I've seen many of highlights of Magic Johnson over the years. He really does remind me of a young Magic Johnson. He really does. So, major props to the Pacers. The series is not over. I'm not talking about it I'm not trying to talk about it like it's over, but I think Tyrese Haliburton has a monster game tonight. I think this Pacers team cruises, and we lock in a Thunder Pacers NBA Finals. Thunder Pacers. Who knew that was the NBA Finals that we had in store for us? And who knew that this was the style of basketball that we would see in the playoffs? But we're here now, and we got to go with it. Because this is the new style of basketball that's coming to the NBA. I really think so. This is the start of a new day in the NBA. And that's a topic for most likely tomorrow when we discuss some more when we start discussing these NBA finals. But I'm going to leave it on that note. Coming up next, I'm going to switch gears back over to the Western Conference Finals. Specifically to the Western Conference Finals MVP, specifically to the 2025 regular season MVP, specifically to the guy that's led the team with the best record in the NBA this regular season. SGA deserves a lot of props for the way he's bounced back in these playoffs. From last year to this year, it looks like he's taken a massive leap. And that was a big concern of mine, that he was going to stay kind of stagnant throughout the regular season. He kind of did, but in terms of his scoring, in terms of the way he played, he kind of remained the same. But this playoff play, especially down the stretch of this series, downright phenomenal. And we have a lot to discuss about that. So we'll get into that right after this quick short break. You're watching the GSMC Basketball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.